Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Angel from Simply Angel Tia. In this video I'm going to do it a little bit different than I usually do. In the previous video I did a skirt that is very similar to this in terms of we're using exact same stitches. The only difference is the measurements of the size, of course, because the skirt and the top cannot be the exact same size, as well as the length of the skirt is going to be different from the length of the top here. And what I mean by that is I am going to actually what I mean by doing something different is I'm going to create this complete top offline and then come back and explain to you how to put it together. But what you will do as soon as you see what I will explain is that you're going to go to the previous video right here and you're going to create the top using that exact same method, except the measurements will be a little bit different. So that is what I mean by we're going to be doing something different than what I usually do. But this top is pretty much going to be something very similar to what we did for the skirt, so there's no need to repeat the exact same thing again. So yeah, I will explain a little bit more as we go through the video. Okay, all right. The other thing is which it's probably important to know is this is the shell stitch here. As you can see that it's very textured and the pattern is very even and very neat. And on the other side, if you look at the other side, it's not the same pattern anymore. Okay, so you will see that is a little bit different here. When you do put your top together, make sure you have the right side facing out, because that is a side that is a lot nicer that you would like to have showing. But yeah, I just did not want to forget telling you that, because it's possible I will forget as I explain this as I go through. Okay. Also, this top can be worn different ways, and I will explain how and how we accomplish that. So as you can see here, it's pretty much like a crop top with these straps here, and the buttons are connected to the top, obviously. But I will explain how we can wear these different ways. So obviously this is one way that you can wear it. You can also remove your straps, because believe it or not, these are removable. The straps are removable and the buttons come off with it as well. And so with that, you can just wear it as a tube top. So just literally like you would wear your regular tube tops. And the other way that you can wear this is after removing the straps again, which the buttons come off with it, you can wear these upside down like this. So this would go right above your bust, and then the rest of it kind of falls down your body. So yeah, these are the many ways that you can wear these, and I'll take pictures to be able to show you guys how I can wear these in different ways like that. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, my lovelies, so before we get started with this project, I'm going to show you all the materials that I used for it. And as you can see, I have my yarn here. This is We Heart yarn, 100% acrylic. This is 50 grams for this one here, and this one is color number 4. The crochet hook size that is recommended is 4 to 5 millimeter crochet hook, and this is a lightweight number 3. I'm going to be using my favorite crochet hook, which is 4.25 millimeter crochet hook, or G6 US. I have some stitch markers here. I have a darning needle. I have 4 buttons, and as well as a tape measure. Okay, and since I'm not going to be showing you guys 100% how to work with this project, I'm going to obviously explain how we got to complete the part of the project, and then we're going to pick up from where we stopped and go on from there. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, my lovelies, so I'm going to go ahead and explain to you how I got to this here. And since I mentioned at the beginning of the video that we're going to do it exactly as we did in the previous skirt, and that's going to be the video you need to watch before you get to this one, I'm going to explain to you how you got to this, okay? So for the skirt, I needed you guys to measure the widest part of your hips, and then from that we do a band like this that would go around the widest part of your hip, and only when you stretch this band here as much as you can and then measure it. So in the skirt I was able to get mine to 38 inches, and so when I did the band of the skirt I was able to stretch this part really wide, and when I measured that it came up to the 38 inches that I needed. And then we pretty much worked the rest of the project as we did in the skirt until you had the length of the skirt. Okay, so we're doing the exact same thing here. So for the top, for me, I measured the widest part of my bust, so the widest part of my chest, and that came up to 32 inches. Yeah, came up to about 32 inches. I did 31 because I wanted it to be a little bit tight, a little bit like hugging. So I did 31. And with that, I was able to do this band here that extended to this when I really stretch it. It came up to about 31 inches. Okay, so with that, and then I just pretty much worked the project exactly as we did the skirt until I got to about 18 rows of this section here. And in terms of the length, I came up to about 9 inches. So this is the 9 inches that I have. So this is pretty much your crop top here. Okay, now to finish off, as you see, I have my string still hanging here. I cut off the actual yarn, and as you can see, I lined it up exactly just like we did the skirt. I lined it up exactly to where the string was still hanging from where we started this part of the project. Okay, so with that said, I'm just gonna show you guys how to finish this off here, and then we can move on to the next step. And to do this part here, I just simply do a single crochet like where we did it here, and then in the next stitch I'm going to do a slip stitch, and then I'm going to do a slip stitch in the next stitch right here, and then I'm going to do a slip stitch in the next stitch, and then that's going to be it. And then we just kind of pull this through, so do a chain one and then pull, and this is finishing that section here. And you can leave this here for now, we can weave it in later. The same thing with this section here, but this top is pretty much done like this. You may want to wear this as a tank top or a tube top, I should say, sometimes, but it may be a little bit too big because this is the part that goes above. The good thing with this top as well is you could also wear it like this, where this is what goes just right above your chest, above your bust, and then the rest of it falls. It's up to you at this point. This can technically just be the end of your top here, but of course we're going to go further because we're not going to stop at this section here. So I'm going to explain to you again one more thing that I did off camera that I would like you guys to do as well before you come back. So we created straps for the top. Okay, these straps are going to be going on each side of your top. Okay, so it's gonna go on here and it's gonna kind of fall on the other side of the back of the top, and the other side the same thing. Okay, now so this is gonna be how our top is gonna be. Now how did I get this? I pretty much repeated exactly what we did here, except I started off with a chain of 6, and then I worked my single crochets in the back loop, and this is why this looks very similar to this, except there's a petite size of it. Okay, so and then I went until I knew it was long enough to be a strap for me, and this is how I came up with this. And I have a second one as well for the other side. So this project is very different from what I'm used to doing because I'm explaining to you guys how to do something as opposed to showing you, but literally because we just did this project in the skirt, so there's no need to show you guys how to do the same thing all over again. Okay, so now that we have all the stuff that we need for this completed, we obviously will need to put our buttons in. And so how to do that, and I'm going to do this as well. I'm going to try this on, and then I'm going to put a stitch marker where I want my strap to go on this side and on this side, and then we're going to match it on the other side. And then when you have all 4 sides marked with your stitch markers, then you're going to come back and we're going to go ahead and we're going to join these straps to it. Okay, all right, so go ahead and first just make sure you have the stitch markers put where you want your straps to go, and when you have that, come back and we will move on to the next step together. Okay, so you guys in a minute. Okay, my lovelies, so as you can see here, I have marked off where I want my straps to go. And as you can see, they're just pretty much even from this side to the other side. But this is actually not very important to do this, because the way we're going to put the straps on is going to be very flexible, and it can come out and it can be put back in and things like that, okay? And the reason I did it like that is because I think if you would like to just wear your top as a tank top, you should be able to. As well, if you wanted to wear it in reverse, like this side up and this side down, that should also be something that you should be able to wear this top like, okay? So it's a little bit of a versatile type of top. Now, with that said, so I already marked where I would like my my straps to go. Now we're going to sew the buttons to the strap, okay? And of course, you would have done this strap to be the length that you want, but also that is not extremely important, because how we're going to do this is going to make it very easy and flexible to be able to move it around. Okay, so you will take your button, and of course at this point you choose a button of your choice. This is the one that I thought would go really well with this, and I'm gonna put it not in this very first section here, but in the second. I'm gonna put my button there like this. Okay, it's gonna leave a little bit of this here, or if you want, you could just put it at the very beginning here, but I'm gonna put it right here like this. I think it looks better like that. Okay, now, when it comes to darning needles, this is one that I used to, they're the plastic ones, and they're very nice to sew everything. But once upon a time, I learned the hard way that when you try to sew buttons, especially if they're small buttons, these guys would not work. They have wide edges like this. So this would not go anywhere. Like I cannot even get it through here like this. So what I did at some point was I went ahead and bought one like this from Amazon. And this is the ones that are steel. I think they're metal. Yeah, they are metal, not I think. They are metal, like they look like this. And they come in different sizes. So you can actually have a small one from this pack here, which is exactly what I do have. I have a smaller one like this that I'm going to be using for this. And it's going to be very easy to put in my, see, it goes through the holes of my buttons. Okay, so all you will need to do at this point is just take your yarn, whatever yarn you use. This is what I have left over from my project. And I'm going to put this in the little hole here. This is going to be a little bit challenging because the hole is a lot smaller than the darning needle I usually use. So I just have to find a way to make it go through there without too much hustle. And right now it's giving me a hustle. So what I will do is I will just cut that puffy section off. And I will make sure I twist this and make it really, really thin. And then aim. But anyways, you're going to put your yarn into the darning needle that you're using, and this could take a while, but you know, patience is something that you need when you're crafting. All right, now that we have it in there, I'm going to just cut it off. Make sure it's long enough that I have enough for the next side as well, or for all the 4 buttons that I'm sewing in. So I'm just going to cut this somewhere here and put this guy away. And then I'm going to show you how to do one button, and the rest of it you will be able to do yourself, okay? So we'll just do it like this so we can see. So I pretty much take my needle, okay? I take my strap here, and I put it where I wanted it to go, just like this, okay? And then I'm going to come from the inside, and I'm going to look for the hole, any of these holes, and I'm going to come across. And I'm going to pull, but I'm not going to pull too much. I'm going to leave some hanging here because I do need to tie it at the other side. And then at this point, it's up to you. You can either do your buttons as crisscross like this, or you can do it from side to side like this. I choose to do it crisscross, so I'm going to go to the hole right across from this last one. And I'm going to pull like that. Then I'm going to go to the other opposite side, so this side here, and I'm going to pull again. And I'm going to go back to the other side, the opposite side of the last one. And I'm going to pull. And I'm going to do this maybe one more time, just to make sure my button is secure and it's not going to come off. So I'm going to do that again and pull. Just make it nice and tight and hold it down so that it's not loose. And then I'm going to do the same with the other side and then crisscross again. So this side and then back down to the other side. And this should be enough to hold it. So this is going to be my button here like this. So then I will just go on the other side, get my scissors and cut it. And then I will knot this side a few times and then snip it off whatever is an excess yarn here. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'll do it 3 times just because 3 is the magic number and it's gonna make it even more secure like that. And then of course I will take my yarn and snip off this excess yarn here. Okay, so this is one button secured here. So I'm gonna do this side as well, and I'm gonna do this side. So obviously weave the strings hanging in, and I'm gonna do this side and do the same thing on this side. When I have all of my buttons put into the strap, come back and I will show you how to then connect it to your top. Okay, all right, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and put my buttons on the strap just like I showed you here. So both sides are done. And as you can see, I've already also gone ahead and joined the strap to the top here. And so with this done, I'm just going to quickly show you how to do this other side, and then we will be done. So it's just really easy. Like I just took the strap, and this top here, it's very gappy. So literally there's no need to find to do like buttonholes. You just literally find a space that is between these stitches here, and you're able to bring your buttons through any of these sections here. Okay, so this is what I did already here. So I'm going to quickly show you how to do it on this side. So I'm going to remove this stitch marker here, and on this little space here, so we're just gonna gap this area here, and in that little gap here is where we will bring our button from the inside. Okay, so this is the inside here. We're gonna bring this in through like this, and it's gonna come through, so don't worry about damaging your top or anything like that. You're just gonna squeeze that button through like that, and it's gonna go in like that. So just like this other side. And then you're going to take the strap and make sure you're keeping it very straight, and you're going to flip your work around to the other side. Okay, so again, keep your strap very straight, and you're going to remove the stitch marker, and we're going to make sure we do it in the same spot as we did on the other side. So this gap here is where I'm going to bring my button through. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to squeeze my button through that hole here and bring it over to this side. And that's done like this. Okay, so your straps are on, and the reason I did it like this is because I really want to be able to wear this top in different ways. So like this, obviously you have it so that you can wear it like this, and it's equal on both sides, so it doesn't matter if you have this as the back or the front, all sides are the same. Okay, and or if you want to just wear this without any straps, then you can obviously just remove this. And again, you're just very careful with removing your straps, and you just kind of pull it through, and as you can see, it doesn't leave any damage to your material at all. And you can remove the strap and wear it like this, and like I said, you can also remove the strap and wear it upside down if you wanted to. So I wanted to make this so that you have that flexibility on how to wear your top. Okay, all right, so this is pretty much the end of the project here. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I know this was a little bit different from the tutorials that I usually show you guys, but I think this was really neat for me to just explain how to do the top, as opposed to showing all of again how to do the exact same thing that I did in another video already. So yeah, go ahead and just check that video out. And if you want to make a matching top for the skirt, then you have this, or if you want to make a matching skirt for the top, then you have the video for that as well. Okay, all right, well, this is pretty much it here. Thank you so much for watching this little bit different video on the channel, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. And I promise the next one is going to be a tutorial on how I show you exactly how to create something. Okay, all right, see you guys then. Bye.